Welcome to Messybun Sisters Podcast.
I'm Alyssa.
I'm Lauren.
And this is episode 2. Oh, you're so Spanish.
Can you even hear me?
No, you do need to be like that.
Trent, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but
For those of you who are just listening, I am wearing a face shield that I bought at CVS for $4.
it doesn't have the real thing.
What do you mean?
It doesn't have
don't the real ones say face shield or something on him?
I wonder if it is say that. Oh no, it's just plain.
I thought about putting cool stickers on it to make it look really cool. And it's also fogging up at the top.
Trent said it looks like she's in a sauna.
I can't help it. All right, I'm taking it off.
And also we have
This is part of our podcast, guys. We're talking about how COVID has changed our lives for the better or for the worse.
Or
what does that mean?
because it's just changed in general.
I'm taking the sucker off.
Everyone has been affected, you know what I mean? Whether it be good, bad, or in between.
And I'll talk about this when we kind of get into the meatiness of our podcast. But I wanted to talk about how some things that I like that happen because of the podcast that I want to stay.
Because of the podcast? You mean because of the pandemic?
Because of the pandemic that I want to stay. We'll talk about it later on. But if you can't tell by our voices, Alyssa and I have crazy allergies right now.
Crazy allergies.
We both have allergies and it super sucks. And that's another thing that happened with COVID is
you're do I have an itchy throat or has my throat always felt like that?
Yeah, or why am I sniffly? Oh, it's because of allergies. It's you cough once and you're like, oh, is it COVID? Where do I find a COVID test? I feel like it's really.
You're I'm gonna be hospitalized. That's it.
I know they're putting me in a ventilator. Yeah. Golly, hi, Alina. Bye, Lena. It's man, it super sucks that even when you have just in allergy central, in South Central Texas, you feel, okay, I have a cough and now I have to go get a COVID test.
Right.
It's so, who's that? Hi, I can't see that far. Is that Drea? Hi, Drea. Anyway, that's kind of what our topic is going to be about today.
Yeah.
Just especially now, it's so funny. I was telling Alyssa, when we came on here, it's of course we're talking about COVID and we both have crazy allergies. Not just regular allergies. I feel like it's it
hit us hard.
It did hit us hard this last time, and it hit a lot of people hard. Hi, Lisa. But yeah, I just feel like the allergies really hit us hard, and David too, right?
Yeah.
And Trent doesn't really suffer from allergies that much, so it didn't really.
Well, that's the thing. David doesn't either, so it kind of he feels fine 100% today.
Yeah.
And I'm oh my gosh, it's still my nose is still running, and
I feel
it's hard because we've suffered with allergies for our whole lives. You know what I mean? So we can tell this isn't any different.
Yeah. And you know that there's a cure to allergies?
What?
Allergy shots.
Oh yeah, but you have to go once a week.
Okay.
I think it might be worth it, but
so you have to go.
I don't have time.
You have to go once a week, and you have to stay there for an hour and a half. But it's for 6 weeks. So essentially, and it's expensive. So essentially, what the doctor told me, because I did go to an allergist because I wanted to see what I was allergic to. Yeah. Which, spoiler alert, I'm allergic to dogs. The absolute, more than cats.
That's crazy.
I'm more allergic to dogs, and I have one dog, Lucy,
who
sheds everywhere. The best invention and the best investment I've ever had was my Roomba.
Yeah.
So the Roomba goes, it takes all the hair. But it's just so funny that I'm and I have 2 dogs. I've had dogs my whole life.
If you didn't have dogs, you probably would be I can breathe. You probably don't know what it's like to really breathe. You probably don't. Seriously.
I know. I mean,
I don't think you do. You know what I'm saying? If you're that allergic to dogs and you've lived with dogs your whole life.
I don't know how to breathe. I mean, I've gone to
saying, like,
other places where I feel the same. Like, you know, when I go to like Colorado, which we just came back from, or like when we went to California or the Pacific Northwest, like I felt the same.
But how long do allergens stay in your system?
That's a great question. I have no idea. Anyway, so my point is
have you gone anywhere long enough to feel like, oh, this is what it's like to breathe?
Well, don't you think it would be like a gradual change?
That's what I'm saying. Have you been anywhere
Hi, Maggie.
long
Hi,
enough?
Ann.
Have you been anywhere long enough to feel that change? I'm just
Oklahoma.
saying. Maybe. Okay.
So no.
Okay.
But that's a good point.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But anyway, so my whole point is that the allergy doctor basically was like, what we do is we take all of the allergens that you're allergic to and we stick it in this little bottle, and then we inject it in your body for 6 weeks, and you have to like feel not feel.
Sick?
No. You have to stay with us for an hour and a half because you could go into what's that word?
Anaphylactic
Shock. And so you have to keep you here so we can EpiPen you and all that stuff. And
Whoa.
I'm like, I know, just in case you go into that. And you have to do it for 6 weeks. But after that, it's legit a cure. Like you are no longer allergic to A, B, C, D, F, G or dogs or whatever. And what's interesting for me is I'm allergic to bananas. And it's an allergy that I like literally just developed.
Yeah.
Probably.
And wasn't it like 1% of humans are allergic to bananas or something?
Well, this is what
like
the allergist told me, is that it could be something in the air that messes with the protein of the banana.
Weird.
That messes with you. So if you're no longer allergic to that allergen, it won't mix with that banana protein, and then you can eat bananas, which is so weird because I used to love to eat bananas when I was young, and then just one day
make some darn good banana bread.
Yeah. I buy bananas for Trent, and sometimes he forgets to eat them, and then I have to make banana bread.
I need to make banana bread
with chocolate chips in it. Anyway, okay, bye Instagram. For those of you that don't know, we play this for like 5 minutes before. If you guys on Sunday at around I don't know, around 4:30ish. If you ever guys, if y'all want to listen to,
we talk well. We're good podcasters.
Yeah,
we talk good.
Anyway, so let's.
I don't know what I'm doing actually on Instagram.
Just post it. Who cares?
I need a title.
Episode 2.
EP2.
EP2 season 3. That
so
says so too.
I can take my phone away now.
Okay, so first let's do that cue Trent for the new thing that I made last week.
That was not a cue.
Ooh-wee. That's news to me. That's news to me. Ooh-wee. That's news to me. That's news to me.
That's so dumb.
Wait, I need to delete that post of me that you just put on.
No, please leave it. You know what? People who watch it may not see that, but go look at Messybun Sisters Instagram. It's funny. Okay, so the news story of this week is that the Kardashians are ending their show.
It's the end of an era.
It's the end of the world as we know it. Anyway, it's just so... I mean, I didn't realize it's been on for like 20 seasons.
That's so crazy.
Like,
I don't think I watched this last one.
I haven't watched a lot of them.
Did you send it to Trent?
Yeah, I did. For the latter parts of the years, like I feel like I just didn't watch. Like when...
I am a fan. I will say that. But I'm not like a die-hard fan. So I will watch it on Hulu.
Oh, uh-huh.
But I don't think the recent seasons are on Hulu until like the new season's airing. You know what I mean? Like where sometimes Hulu just does like next day and you can just catch up next day. It doesn't post until like the new season's aired. Unless you pay for it, I think. But
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm a fan, but I'm not like I'm going to pay for an extra Hulu fan.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's crazy to me is that we've watched what?
I just pursed my lips at the microphone instead of my cup to try to like.
What are you talking about? I sent it to you on Instagram.
To try to take a drink. I went like this.
I need you to text it to me.
I went like this, like to drink it. But okay, never mind. That's not interesting. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see me try to drink my microphone instead of drinking my cup. Anyways, I feel like Kardashians probably realize that at this point, it's like they're living their lives in drama to make a television show. And they all have young kids now.
It's like, how long can we go and bringing our kids into it?
That's what I think they've realized, what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Because their kids are so little. And like, I was thinking about that one time that Kim was like posting a live, like she was doing like a makeup live tutorial or something.
Yeah.
And North is in the back like, why don't you play with your kids?
She said that?
I wish I could find that somewhere too.
Oh my God.
So it's like, I mean, I'm sure I feel like that's North's personality. You know what I mean? Like her personality is just to like call out her parents. And so did Mason.
What kind of personality are these kids?
Did you see
have?
that Mason like was on TikTok live, or is there a TikTok live?
Yeah.
So he was doing that. And then like,
he got deleted from TikTok.
well, I think Courtney was deleting him. Oh, we need to call him Bree. Bree knows all the info. We need to phone her in.
Well, funnily enough, you mentioned Bree. Actually, this is part of the news story. So her sister Drea sent me an Instagram about keeping up with the Kardashians. So it's this Hollywood Unlocked story. I don't know. But apparently, according to page 6, as Instagram says, an insider has revealed that they could be signing a new streaming deal as well as having their own media company.
That's smart.
Which makes sense. Like,
Yeah, that's like what Joe and Chip did.
Joe. Oh,
Like they
Yeah.
stopped Fixer Upper. They still had buzz around their things. People still wanted to see them on TV.
can you keep that up real quick, Trent?
So they were like, instead of going with HGTV, let's just make our own channel.
But do they have their own channel?
Yeah, it's like launching in the fall.
So what is it called? Magnolia something?
Magnolia Network.
So, I mean, I asked Brie. I was like, or not Brie, I asked Drea. I was like, so what are they going to do? Just more reality TV?
Like maybe more spin-offs. Like maybe like they each have their own show type thing. I don't know.
So it says in this Instagram, it says, according to reports, the famous family is looking to sign with either Netflix, Amazon, or Apple. And so not to bring up TikTok again, but I saw this TikTok of this girl who allegedly used to work at this like paparazzi place. What's it called? Tabloid. And she was saying that the people where they get the like information from, oh my gosh, I'm hiccuping. Like it says on this thing, it says an insider has revealed. Usually they get their information from like close friends.
Yeah.
Like usually,
That's when like Kim and Jonathan Sheben or the food god, they got in a really like big, they almost had a big fallout because
he was the insider.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them say like, your best friends are or the girl was like, your best friends are calling in and giving us this information. It's not like
you have a hair like,
oh, get it.
It's just going across your forehead. Weird. Okay.
Thank you. It's because I had my face mask on. And I just thought that was so like that's so sad. It's like you have these friends and you're famous.
I was just thinking about that today because we just watched Avengers Infinity War. Mm-hmm. That's why we were late. Sorry. But
okay.
But Black Panther is on it, so Chadwick Boseman, and it's like, how did nobody that he ew.
I'm just making sure it's clean.
But you use the side that you just coughed in.
I'm using a clean paper. Anyway, go ahead. Chad Boswick.
Chadwick Boseman.
The Black Panther.
Yes.
Yeah.
That like nobody knew that he had cancer. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. How?
Yeah, because he probably has good friends, like actual good friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I know. This lady was saying, the TikTok lady was like, Kim Kardashian, Cardi B, you know, whoever. If y'all want to know who's turning you in, just give me a call, DM me. I'll let you know who your real friends are. It's like, geez. But okay, real question. Would you, I know you're also a fan of Chip and Jo. Would you pay for Chip and Jo, or would you
I would pay for Chip and Jo. Because I like that stuff more than I like reality TV.
Yeah.
More than I like the Kardashians, I would say. Like, I'd rather watch, like, because they had a preview of what their network was going to be like, and it's all, like,
DIY stuff?
HGTV type stuff. So it's going to be, like, a food show, like, baking and cooking show. Their fixer-uppers coming back.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, they have, like, another family that's redoing, like, an old schoolhouse to be their house. Like, another family that goes and does, like, house flipping and stuff like that, too. So
I wonder how they feel... HGTV feels that they've like created. Whoa.
Was that thunder?
No, that was upstairs.
Oh.
How they've created like essentially their own competitor.
Can you look this up, Trent? I think that Magnolia bought HGTV and DIY.
What?
That's what is coming to my mind, but I'm not sure. But it's like HGTV and DIY network. Look up Magnolia buys, HGTV and DIY. Like, I think that they're all in the same group.
What?
Like, it's not a competitor. You know what I mean?
No.
That's just something that I'm...
Chip and Jo and his new Magnolia cable channel will take over what's currently DIY network.
Okay, so they bought DIY.
Is apparently about to undergo a major makeover. Chip and Jo, when was this? This was April last year.
Yeah, so I think instead of the DIY network, it's now the Magnolia channel.
Wow.
Yeah, but I think HGTV owns DIY.
Returns of Fixer Upper will be shuffled off of HGTV and find their new home on the DIY under Discovery umbrella. Discovery as there's just too many.
So Discovery
it's all owned by Disney anyway.
Yeah. Can you imagine Walt Disney? Like,
he's dead.
No, I know, but like he's dead. But like, what a freaking empire to build.
I know. And so to circle back,
did he grow up poor?
Yeah. Have you not seen Saving Mr. Banks?
I saw like parts of it. Our church did like a...
Oh, Alyssa.
I need to see the whole thing. I wanted to go home and watch it, but I haven't yet.
You need to watch it. It's so good. Anyway, oh man, I forgot my point. I was going to circle back to
circle
something.
back. Disney.
Poor.
Avengers. Being poor.
I lost it. It's gone forever.
We're supposed to be talking about how COVID changed our lives.
Well, that was just our news story.
When the Dayquil hits.
Dang it. Does Dayquil ever make you feel like kind of weird?
A little loopy.
What about you, Trent? Does Dayquil make you feel weird? Loopy?
Yeah, it makes me feel like kind of hazy.
Yeah. David said the other day, this is so bad, I probably shouldn't say, but he had like 3 cups of coffee and Dayquil.
I had coffee too.
He was like, I feel like I'm flying.
That's like, kind of how I feel.
You shouldn't be driving. Like
you shouldn't be driving. No, I feel a little like that. Like, not like I'm flying, but like, did I smoke something? Did I put something? You know what I mean?
Like, what did I put in there?
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, but that is what it is. All right, let's move on to
our next segment.
Next segment.
Ooh. I don't think I heard this last time. Ah.
You want to play it again so you can hear it again?
Okay.
Review of the week.
Cool. Our review of the week comes from the YouTubes and from our favorite reviewer, Laura Hernandez. Mom. Thanks, Alyssa, for sharing your story. It will definitely help other moms who may be delivering soon.
Yay.
That was from last week's episode.
Duh.
And I hope it does. Like, I really hope that people... I like listening to birth stories. Actually, after I listened to ours last week, I started listening to other people's birth story because I found out it was traumatic birth awareness month or week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, that's interesting.
That's interesting how last week lines up and this week lines up. Did we just like create our whole lives? Like, are we like manifesting the rest of our lives?
The prophetess has spoken.
The prophetess has spoken.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about getting sick or
Well,
like
it's
that.
too late now. You know, we need to go back and see what our future is gonna look like.
What next week looks like.
Yeah, I think next week is a guest. I can't remember, but anyway.
Okay, so tell us about your trip.
Oh, well, first of all, it was my birthday last week.
Happy birthday to you.
30.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Lauren. Happy birthday to you.
I'm 33, and Trent got
And many
me
more.
a gift that I've been waiting for forever. I already spit in it, and I just need to send it off.
Ew. I want to see what it looks like.
Okay.
Saliva collection kit.
Well,
That's
it's
what it
it's
says.
already packed.
Oh, you can't open it back up.
Yeah, I should have done it on the podcast. That would have been fun. But essentially, what you do is there's like this little funnel that you spit in, and you have to spit a lot. Like you have to spit like that much, and then when you close it, there's like this liquid that goes inside it, and you have to shake it. So like your saliva and this liquid goes together. And then
And they're going to make a clone of you.
Then they're going to make a clone of me. I mean, thank God, because I'm like going to be the best clone
Wait.
ever.
Do you remember that Friends episode when Rachel's leaving? It's in the last season. And Phoebe's like, I got you. I know we were supposed to get each other gifts, but I got you something. And it's like a cotton swab, like wrapped in a Ziploc bag. And she's like, for when they perfect cloning, you'll have your own little Phoebe.
Oh my!
And
no,
Rachel's like, I'm going to throw this away.
I don't remember that.
It was funny.
Yeah.
I love Friends.
So I'll have a little clone of me somewhere. But we've had cousins that have done like the Ancestry 23andMe kind of
They've done
things.
that?
Yeah. Like
I thought they just
Marielle.
looked it up.
No, like Marielle and like Marielle is Mammocide.
Yeah.
But like there's only one me. So like so she did like her thing, but I want to
Right.
see like mine.
Yeah, because we don't have like her dad's side.
Yeah, exactly. The Galindo side. So
Yeah.
I want like to see where I'm from, where my
Will
stuff is
that
from.
be the same as mine though? Yes.
It would be very similar.
Why would it be different?
I mean, you might have taken on some genes you might have more like recessive genes. I might have more
Oh, I see
recessive
what you're
genes
saying.
and stuff. Like we don't have the same DNA.
Right.
You know what I mean? You might have
Like if twins did it, they would be the same.
if identical twins.
identical
did it.
twins,
Yeah,
yeah.
because they have the same DNA.
But we don't have the same. Okay.
You know what's crazy? They found the Golden State Killer because of an Ancestry or 23andMe like kit.
Weird.
I know. Isn't that gnarly? Oh, I also saw this other thing on TikTok.
Oh.
Where this lady, she did a 23andMe and found like a sibling, because it'll tell you like there's like you have a sibling or who has also taken the test, or like a cousin sibling
Oh.
who has also taken the test,
Uh-huh.
or like a cousin. So, and then I think she was like, I don't know this person. Who is this person? I know. And so like her dad had like a secret.
Whoa.
So if anybody has any secrets, mom and dad, it's going to come out.
Oh my God. You know, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Like during quarantine is like, what do people do that have like separate lives?
Oh, like they have different
Like when
families?
they had, like when the shutdown happened, like what did those people do? Like all of that had to come out, right?
I mean, maybe they're like, hey, I'm stuck in Japan for my work. I can't
Oh.
leave. Because there was a girl at Favor who went to go visit her family overseas.
And she got stuck.
She couldn't come back.
Wow.
So maybe those people,
That's their excuse.
that's their excuse is, hey,
I'm not that good of a liar, obviously.
I guess I am.
Lauren.
I'm kidding.
Trent wasn't even looking.
I know. He's not even listening to me. But yeah, it was my birthday. We went to Colorado. Truth be told, I was a little nervous to like
travel.
we can kind of get into our topics today. Yeah, I was a little nervous to travel. Just because obviously with everything going on. And
so what were the like what steps did you have to do to prevent the spread?
So we flew Southwest, and at first I felt kind of nervous because there was like a lot of people there. And I was like, there's no way that this plane's going to be socially distant. Like, we messed up. Like, what do we do? You know? But they made it very safe.
You bring your Lysol wipes with you and stuff?
I had hand sanitizer, and you have to wear your mask the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, from when you get to the airport until you leave the airport, you have to wear your mask. At San Antonio Airport, they have, like, seat covers to be like, this is reserved. Like, keep your space.
Were the restaurants open?
There was like one or two. Some of them were shut down. I really wanted to try that new Merit
was
in
Merit
the airport.
open?
No, it was closed because we got there. They closed at noon.
Oh, okay.
And
It wasn't like
they
were shut down.
When we got there at like 6,
7,
or 5 or 6. So I was like, dang it, I really wanted to try it. But like the other restaurants were open, like La Gloria and Smoke Shack. We were in Terminal A, for those of you who know San Antonio.
I didn't even know there was a smoke shack.
Right next to Merit.
Shows you how long I've been traveling.
I know.
I mean, I traveled last year, but that was out of Houston.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling Trent, man, the last time is when we went to New York in October for his birthday. So it's been about a year. But yeah, you have to wear your mask. The way that they, if you've never flown Southwest, they do it, it's open seating, and they call you by like
zones.
Yeah, group number. So like group A, group B, group C. And it's usually like 1 through 30, and they board 1 through whatever. So instead of doing those large groups, they board in 10s. So like A, 1 through 10.
Oh, so you're not all like crowded up there.
Yeah. And also, they don't have group C anymore because they don't have, there's no middle seats. So like, you're literally like, if there was like another thing in between, so you're still separate from the other person. Yeah, you couldn't, there's no drink menus anymore. So everyone just gets water. There, you know how sometimes you can purchase like extra snacks.
Yeah.
You can't purchase anything. You just get the snacks that you get, and you get what you get, and don't throw a fit. And I mean, it felt pretty good. And when we got off the airport, they were like, off the airplane, they were like, you can't, don't get up until the seat people in front of you have got up. Am I missing anything else, Trent? In terms of our travel? Like, did you feel safe?
Yeah, I mean, there was like way less people there. So like getting through security was actually way better.
That's nice.
So
yeah,
it was overall just a lot more chill.
The only time we had to
what does security look like?
Well, the only time we had to take down our masks is when you
getting ID'd.
When they ask for your ID and they look at you. That's the only time you had to take off your mask or like pull it down. To the TSA officers.
But did they like make you stand 6 feet apart in the line for?
Well, there was like nobody there, you know, so you just kind of walked right up. And everywhere has like little stickers, like this is 6 feet, this is 6 feet. The only place that felt kind of sketchy to me was when we landed in Phoenix.
Why? Because
nobody was not nobody, but a lot.
Because you don't have to wear a mask. Like not all airlines are requiring you to wear a mask.
No,
right?
you do. You have to wear your mask, but you have to wear your mask on the airplane,
not the airport.
Right. So when we landed in Phoenix, like there were people who weren't wearing masks in the airport. And I was like, what? Where am I? Why are they like this? I just felt angry. Like, I don't know. I was just like, man, like that's so rude.
Yeah.
You know, to not wear your mask at an airport. And maybe Phoenix or Arizona is just different. Maybe they have less cases, whatever the case is there. And Trent was like, oh, the heat kills it. That's why. Mask. But I felt uncomfortable in Phoenix, honestly. Yeah. And I try to stay away from people as much as I could.
That's the thing though, too. It's like, it's so weird because we went to the park today and like, I was thinking, you know, when we pulled up, there were so many cars. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking we're going to be separate from everybody anyways. Mm-hmm. You know, when you're at a park and just walking, it's like you're not close to anybody at all.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that there are still some people wearing a mask their whole walk. And it's
would.
You would?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you're not next to anybody.
You never know. Right now, I would wear a mask just
you're
because.
On the side of safe.
And also, I would wear a mask just because I'm not feeling that great, you know, and I don't want people to feel uncomfortable if I'm like.
Yeah. But I literally didn't see anybody. Like, that's the thing is I was just.
I think we are going, and I'm hoping this takes, because even in Asian countries, like they wear masks if they don't feel good, not for other people or not for themselves, but for other people.
So that's one thing that you'd want.
I hope it stays.
That stays. Yeah.
You know, and then when we went to go see, so we have cousins that live in Colorado, and when we went to go see them, even while you can take your mask off while you're sitting, I wanted to keep my mask on. I was like, I wanted to hug them because I haven't seen them, especially Leah, in like forever. I haven't seen her like in probably 15 years.
Wow.
And I wanted to hug her, but I was like, I'm not feeling that great. I'm going to keep my mask on if you guys don't mind. And she was like, that's fine. I totally understand. And we met like their boyfriends, and I just kept my mask on just because I wanted to be considerate of them, you know, too, because they have an older grandma also, and they have, you know, parents. And I was like, I don't want to be, you know, even if it, you know, I don't know. I wanted to make them feel comfortable because I wasn't feeling, even though I knew like this is allergies, the altitude, like, you know what I mean? I just didn't want them to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that when we got to Phoenix. I was so pissed.
You're like, why are y'all not considerate of me?
Exactly. It's my birthday trip. But everyone did have to wear masks when they got on the airplane, and the people that weren't wearing masks, they put them on. I don't know. I'm just like a masker.
You've been a masker since day one.
And I totally.
Since there was like one case in the States, you were like, wear your mask.
Well, and I think the main reason, and I always keep going back to this, is I believe in the masks. Because when y'all had the flu, Trent and I wore masks the whole time we were with you guys, and neither of us got sick. That's why I'm like, I believe in masks. We were maybe not close to you guys, but we still wore masks, and we didn't get sick. And I was like, man, and that was in December. That's when COVID wasn't in the US. And so I don't know, ever since then, I'm just like, man, I believe in them. I think it's real.
It is real.
Yeah. Anyhow. So yeah, we went to Colorado. Trent, I don't know if you probably don't have any pictures that you can pull up. You might, I don't know. Do you?
I don't. I haven't even.
Do you want to look at maybe my?
Edited any of them.
Do you want to look at my? I mean, we can look at the raw footage. It's fine. But that first day we got there super late. And I think we got in our hotel at like 11. Mm-hmm. And we, I'm sorry, I'll tell my favorite fans I had to use DoorDash because we were in Denver. And, you know, so we DoorDashed.
It's like, you can't use favors, so.
We DoorDashed, what's it called? Whataburger.
I'm like, there's no Whataburger.
McDonald's. No.
McDonald's.
Is that on? Yep. So that's part of like our trip. Actually,
is that Bear Lake?
That is Bear Lake. Yeah, it was so.
I love your little hiking boots.
I know.
So cute.
They were so worth it.
Worth it.
I got them at where is that? Academy. They're Columbia.
I want hiking boots.
And Trent got Brooks hiking boots. And when we got to Bear Lake, it was so freaking cold. Like it was cold. The wind was blowing. There was still snow. There was actually lots of snow. And we were like, literally our boots were in snow. And we also got those wool socks from REI. Yeah. And we just didn't get our shoes and legs weren't cold or wet.
Oh, they weren't
or
cold.
Anything.
That's
yeah,
good.
It was awesome. But anyway, so our first night is when we got there. We DoorDashed McDonald's. Obviously, this is boring. But the next day was the day before my birthday, and that's when I started to feel really bad.
Oh no.
I know. I was really, really upset. And I know that you FaceTimed me my birthday. You said you look like I was crying. I was crying because I was really sad about my birthday not feeling good.
You were sad for real?
I was really sad, yeah. Because my birthday wasn't good. So the next day we actually
Because you didn't feel good.
Because I didn't feel good, and it was my birthday trip. And I was like, and I'm on my period. So I'm like, of course, like, everything is happening. I don't feel great.
But did the boys singing to you make you feel better?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Except he was playing with his Mimi and wasn't paying attention to me, but whatever.
Oh my God.
It's okay. I'm joking.
Kind of.
Yeah. But we went to have brunch at this place called Mimosas in Denver. It's brand new. And Trent asked for a mimosa and they didn't have one.
So did they not have any, or they ran out? Like they don't serve mimosas?
What I think I heard the lady said is they didn't have their license yet.
Okay.
I think it's because they were new.
Okay, but don't like open. I don't know.
Without your license, and you're called mimosas.
Yeah.
The food was pretty good. It wasn't like too bad. But we just spent that day like hanging out. We went to REI, and that's when Trent got this like awesome puffer jacket from Patagonia. You like it, babe? It kept you warm too when we went to Bear Lake, right?
Yeah, it's a game changer. It was so
Tell
expensive.
us about it.
I want to get Patagonia stuff.
It's called the Nano Puff. It's like synthetic, so it's like not as warm as down, but it's more water resistant. So if you
pull it up, I want to see.
If you get down wet, it like loses its heating ability basically. So this is synthetic. So it doesn't do that, but it's not quite as warm as down.
One of the cool things that he showed me is with that puff jacket, you can like, there's like a little pocket where you can like scoop it up and it goes into like a little, it's like a little like holder.
What are you saying?
I'm trying to think of, okay, so you can like crumble it up and it in the pocket and it turns into like, you can like hold it like this. Like that's how big it gets. Like you take the pocket, you stick the jacket into the pocket.
Oh, the jacket.
Yeah.
It gets as small as a cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
Anyway,
it.
That's it. That's what it looks like. It's like this real thin, like looking material.
But it stays.
Yeah.
Keeps you staying.
Yeah.
Cool.
He got
warm.
He got that at REI and bought me my socks. And it's like a huge.
Are those just the ones you're wearing right now?
No, they're dirty. I need to do the laundry. Then we went to like a coffee shop. We were going to go to Pikes Peak, but it's in Colorado Springs, and I don't want to go that far. Plus, I wasn't feeling that great. So then we just went to Red Rocks, which we had been before. But I mean, I just wanted to go and like see the views. And that day was kind of a dreary day. It like literally that day, it went or the day before, it went from like 90 degrees to snowing in Denver. It was pretty crazy. And then on my actual birthday, we went to Denver Biscuit Company, which is so good.
What is that? The
Dahlia. That's
the Dahlia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so good.
It's like weird now. Well, not weird, but like the place you went to, what was it called? Atomic Cowboy or something like that, Trent?
Yeah, they basically have like Denver Biscuit Company, which is their breakfast brunch thing. And then they have like, I don't remember what the pizza place is called, but it's a pizza place that, you know, occupies lunch and dinner, I guess. And then there's the Atomic something, which is like their bar section, which is what happens at night, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, so it was like all that nonsense, but we got that for breakfast. And then later on that afternoon, which I didn't realize Estes Park was an hour and a half away. I guess I didn't remember that from last time. But it was just like so pretty. I don't know if you want to pull up just like random photos of Estes Park and also Bear Lake. But it's just like a really beautiful drive up there. You're like in Rocky Mountain National Park.
Yeah.
We were going to go to what's it called? Glacier Gorge, which this girl I follow on Instagram. I actually don't really know how I started following her on Instagram. I think it was like a weight loss thing, and I just kept following her. And she's lives in Texas. Oh, that's so pretty. That's Bear Lake.
But what happened?
That's so still.
But
anyway, we're going to go to Glacier Gorge, which Emerald Lake is really pretty too. But it's a 5-mile hike, and I wasn't feeling good.
Lauren.
I know. And that's another reason why I was so upset is I was telling Trent, like, I've been working out every day forever, and my endurance has gone up, and I wanted to prove to him that I could do it. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do that hike. But I just was not feeling good. And I was so sad. So that's why we did Bear Lake, which is like...
You can always go back.
Yeah, we'll go back and do it eventually. But there was like a bunch of like wildlife and stuff that was just like wandering around. And I want to see if I can send this to Trent. There was like this little chipmunk. I don't know if I've ever seen chipmunks. I don't know. I'm trying to send it to Trent. It's not working. Are you getting it?
Through text.
But there was like this little...
I'll do it in post.
Okay. There was this little chipmunk that came up to us and was just like hanging out. I'm going to show you the thing. He was so close.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And
is that Trent's shoe?
That's Trent's shoe, yeah. He's so tiny and like just wanted to say hello over at Bear Lake. And I was like, what a tiny little creature.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I can go on and on about the trip. And then, then the next day we went to
hang with the cousins.
Hang with our cousins and, say hello and catch up and see how they're doing.
That was a really cool picture of you guys, too.
Yeah, I was really happy to see them because it's been a while. Yeah, and I haven't seen Leah in like forever, and so I just catch up with her on social media occasionally, and she's hilarious.
Yeah, she's so funny.
And Bree has her.
But I was thinking about that. Like, imagine, like, how cool it would be for like our kids to hang out. That's what y'all are. Like your grandparents, our siblings.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like that's cool to think about. Like it's not just.
Yeah, because they're our second cousins.
Right.
And they live in another state, which is crazy too.
Yeah, but it's like, it's still sweet that like our families still stay connected.
It's important. Families first, always.
I agree.
But I'm going to cry now.
Okay, but imagine like
your
kids like hanging out. I think that'd be really cool to see.
Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much our trip. And, even though like I was nervous to travel, I just wanted to get away.
Did you have like some anxiety when you started feeling sick that like, oh crap?
A little bit. Yeah. I mean, but then I was like,
because that's what we were talking about, like how COVID changed our life in that way too.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So I was a little nervous at first, but then I was like, okay, I really need to
like be logical.
Yeah, I need to be logical and think about, okay, how am I feeling? I don't have trouble breathing. I don't have a fever, which I asked Trent every 2 seconds, feel my head. I did. And he was like so annoyed.
Yeah, it's like when David felt tired one time and he like was laying in bed. He's like taking his temperature every 2 seconds. I'm like, David, your temperature's not going to change in 2 seconds.
Well, that's that's what COVID has done to us. It's given us crazy anxiety. And like, I don't know. It did. There was anxiety for sure where I was like, okay, but I was like, okay, I need to think logically. Like literally I'm fine. Where was I 2 weeks ago? At home, right. You weren't feeling great. David wasn't feeling great. We had just had like a huge rainstorm come in the day before.
The weather change. I think that's what really got me. Yeah.
The weather change. And then for me, the altitude change. I was like, man, like all this change. And Colorado is experiencing like the like historic fires right now.
Right.
So then the fire smoke was into that. So I was like, okay, I just have to be realistic. And, it is kind of nerve wracking, but, you had to think, okay, I'm okay. Like there's really nothing wrong. And also we didn't really see a lot of people because we like went to dinner and you're like away from people.
That's what I thought was interesting, that Papa had sent us a link about restaurants being like where you can get it the most or whatever. I'm like, I haven't really been to a restaurant, but I've been to a few, maybe one. But it's like you're just wearing the mask, then you walk in, and then you're sitting with the people that you like.
Yeah.
Like I went with David, and then I went with you, and Renee. So it's but then your server's there, but they have the mask on. So I don't understand like where you could get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe if you go, I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay, but go ahead.
I also went to the bathroom without a mask. I forgot. I know. I was like, and when I came back out, I was like, sorry. Like nobody said anything,
Right.
but I was still like,
I walked into work. I shouldn't say this, but it was like literally just me, another coworker, and then I was doing our cousin Norma's hair.
I shouldn't say that, but I'm going to say it.
But I walked in and I'm like starting to like blow dry her hair because I have to go out like every few hours to pump. Mm-hmm. So I was like out pumping and I forgot to bring my mask back inside. And I just walked back in to check her hair, start blow drying or whatever. And then I was like, I don't have a mask on. Oh my God. So we have like the reusable ones and I just put that on really quick.
Yeah. I think yeah. So that's one big way I feel like where COVID is, in a bad way, has kind of changed our lives, you know?
I hate the anxiety of it all.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible.
I know. And we were supposed to have a party today and like with our grandparents and everything. And I was like, you know what, just to be safe, like, and I know it's allergies and I know it's fine, but like just so they don't get sick because of me. I want to cancel my party and we can wait a couple weeks. Like today I'm going to go to my parents' house, but I'm going to wear my face mask. Yesterday I went to get Willow and I was like,
I wear my mask.
Just never not. And I hope that is, like I said, that's one thing that doesn't change. If you don't feel good, wear something protective, you know, and let's normalize that if you don't feel good, to protect your family and friends, wear a face mask or whatever, as I'm sniffling in the thing. But you feel the same. And that's another reason, well, I don't know, but that's another thing that made me feel better is Trent doesn't feel bad, you know?
Right.
So I think it was fine.
That's what I'm saying though, is I've had allergies my whole life. Like I know what that feels like.
Right. Yes. I know what a sinus infection feels like.
Yeah.
I know what A, B, C, D. Again, I feel like I had COVID in March or in
because
February.
that was something out of the norm.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that it felt out of the norm. You're like, this is not allergies. This is not. Yeah.
And I honestly thought it was a cold. And I was like, man, I haven't had a cold in a long time.
Yeah.
And, you know, then it got like respiratory and I was like, this kind of sucks. And then the next month is when COVID came to the US, but.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
All the conspiracies.
Anyway, well, one thing I hope that stays the same is.
Some things never change. Frozen 2.
Okay.
If y'all know, y'all know.
So that's something that I wish that sucks, a bad change. And then we can talk about different good changes and bad changes.
Okay.
One thing that I hope that stays the same is like curbside.
Yes.
I love, like, I saw this, I think it was a Domino's commercial. Commercial?
Yeah, commercial.
Well, I feel like I was saying it wrong.
Commercial.
Commercial, yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
When the Sudafed hits.
That'll be the title of this podcast. Commercial is like they are doing curbside, but it was just like, man, the way that the commercial worked is like they were like, what we do best is delivery. So now we're going to deliver to your car, you know? So I liked that you can order food, pop the trunk or whatever, just say like, hey, put the food to the side and then just go.
Yeah.
You know, like curbside was a thing. Like, and I remember that's whenever I worked at Zio's.
But more things are curbside now.
Right. But when I worked at Zio's, it was like a big thing for some reason. And like Zio's was like really about their like takeout side. Like people, they have a camera there so they can see what kind of car you have. And then as they, you know, whoever, it turned from Zio's to some other owner, like they didn't really care about it that much. Like you had to go in. I just really like curbside, like Target curbside.
But I feel like that was a thing too. They just made more. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
they just. Well, I love Target. Mm-hmm. So they just made more spaces. I remember, I don't know where we were going, but David and I, when it was like the height of COVID, we were driving somewhere and we got Chick-fil-A curbside, and literally every single parking spot had a number.
Yeah.
There was like 30, 40 something.
Well, their dining is still closed.
I know, but this was like, I do Chick-fil-A curbside all the time now.
Yeah.
And it's only till like 6 or 10. I never saw it where it's like number 35 parking spot.
Well, there is one off of 1604 and Bandera that was starting it, like every single parking spot. So I think they were testing it, and then when the height of COVID happened, because we went to a meeting with Chick-fil-A at the end of last year, and every single parking spot had a number. And I think that they just like made it everyone. They were piloting it.
Yeah.
So that store was like a pilot store for everything, and I think they just moved it to everybody.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love Chick-fil-A.
Me too. Except not today because it's Sunday. But when this comes out, it'll be Monday. Anyway.
Oh my gosh. Go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. So that's one thing that I hope stays. Do you have?
I agree, because the thing is, like, we would have people come into this about, okay, wait, not curbside, but what you were saying before about when you're sick to wear a mask or call into work or whatever you need to do to rest and like get better, because we would have people come into the salon and like get their hair done and be like, oh yeah, I called in sick to work today. It's like, but then you made an appointment to come here and spread your germs. Like,
yeah,
it was really weird.
I hope that stays.
Or like people would send their kids to school sick.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, oh, I just gave them a Tylenol, whatever, and made them feel better and then sent them to school. Like, I don't know.
One thing I hope that doesn't change either is like, this might sound like a lot, but like sanitizing everything.
I think it's good. Like hand washing and like.
But I like how, and this might be too much, but I like how in between services, like the churches are like sanitizing in between. Like I think that should stay, you know, because I feel like, I don't know, maybe not just like churches, but like gyms, movie theaters, gyms. Yeah. Like extra sanitizing everything. Because, you know, when you would go to the gym before COVID, like, you know, that
nobody would wipe their stuff down.
Nobody's wiping their stuff down. There's germs. There's muscle sweat or whatever, like butt sweat everywhere. Ew. You know what I mean? Like boob sweat, like everywhere. And people wouldn't clean. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's a good thing that people, when you go to the gym, like now it's like really, really encouraged and probably like enforced to clean your stuff off after you work out, you know? Yeah. Like, I hope that's something that does stay. How has it, anything negative that's affect your life, you think?
I feel like the mental thing of it all has like really been hard, and like people losing their jobs and stuff like that like really is like sad, you know? Yeah. It's like I feel like it's affected everybody's like morale and people being cooped up so long and like all the, I don't know.
Kind of to piggyback off that, like I would say like musicians, like or concerts, comedians, like anybody that plays to a crowd. Like I feel like COVID,
churches,
yeah, they play to a crowd.
You know what I mean though? Yeah. Like I feel so bad for the state of California too. Like they're just not, like they're not allowed to sing, and you know, like that whole thing is just, it feels like not just a physical attack of the body, but like very like spiritually and emotional attack too for people. And it's,
I mean, can't they not wear a mask when they sing?
I don't think they can.
See, I think that's
I don't know all the information, but they like,
I don't know, Trent, can you look that up to see?
They banned singing in California.
But I know that with us, like, especially at our church, they're
it's
like,
so
hey,
like footloose type thing. Like no dancing.
Yeah. But I feel like if you, like at our church, it's like, if you're going to sing, the pastor even says, if you're going to sing, put a mask on. If you don't, when he was like, I know it might be silly, but we're operating out of abundance of caution, like just to, and
I think CBC did that too.
Yeah. And I think it's, even though it might be inconvenient, like to sing through your mask, it's good for the benefit of everybody. Let's see. California banned singing in church. When was that? July 2nd. I remember this. Yeah. And then everyone like had like a hoopla of like, blah, blah, blah. This is whatever. You know, This is just like a hot
Places of worship must therefore discontinue singing and chanting. Like,
let's be real. Some people weren't even singing anyways.
oh my gosh.
Like, I don't know. I have a really weird, maybe, I don't know, unpopular opinion when it comes to that. But I'm not going to get into that. But I think one thing that I hope stays the same is that churches put more value into like their online streaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's definitely been a plus. And I think it's really good.
Because not only does it like help you reach more people and like you're putting your tithe dollars in like a good spot, but like you're also giving the production people who have lost their jobs during this more job. You know what I mean? Like, let's say, like for example, whenever this happened, Trent's job went from doing live audio to like basically like mixing like broadcast. Yeah. And so I think that, it could help a lot of people why is Lucy barking?
She's like, I'm done.
I know. I feel like that hopefully will help a lot of churches like invest more into like their production for online, because people aren't going to be going back to church, especially the older crowd, I feel, who are prone like for a long time, I feel. What?
I don't know.
What? You have a thought.
Well, I'm just saying some older people go to a different church.
That's true. So yeah. Next. I don't want to piss anybody off here.
You said something before.
You know who you are.
Oh my God. I wasn't saying anything about that.
You made a face, so you prompted me.
I wasn't going to say anything. You pushed me. Anyways, safe fairs.
Anything else? Yeah, like look, if what's his name? He really wasn't sick.
He really was sick.
No, he wasn't.
When Cameron was in Egypt's land.
Let my Cameron go. I actually watched that movie on the way. Oh wait, we watched it that night when we got there, right, Trent?
Ferris Bueller?
Yeah, we watched Ferris Bueller that night, and I was like, man. Trent was like, how many times have you seen this movie? I was like, probably like 400 times.
Oh my gosh, you know what movie I watched this weekend? Parent Trap.
Oh,
that was a good one.
I like that movie too. Me and Kayla learned that.
Oh yeah, you did like your COVID.
Yeah, at the height of COVID.
And y'all were touching hands for real.
And we weren't going.
Yes, you did.
And we put hand sanitizer on after that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Anyways, that was fun. I hope that, that's what's sad. I miss intermingling with people and like hugging people, and
yeah,
it's sad.
You know what I do?
It's so weird too with my clients. Sorry.
Yeah.
As I'm like, some of them like I would hug. I'm not like big of a hugger, but they'd come in and I'd like not hug them, but then I'm like all up in their face, like cutting their hair and like in their hands and their hair all the whole time. So I'm like, why can't we hug?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you're close, and
I'm literally cutting their hair like this.
I don't know, Alyssa. I'm not in charge.
I'm just saying.
You know what? Another thing I hope stays is big, what's it called? Blockbuster movies be available via streaming.
Okay, but see, I think that is an unpopular opinion because
Why?
Because the way that we pay for it, I don't think the people that make the movies are getting paid as much when they just put it out in streaming.
I mean, I don't know how that works, and maybe they should fix that, but I still like being able to watch like a big movie.
And then all these movie theaters are closing down. Like, I don't think that that's like...
Well, I mean, I think...
It's like that's something that you want, but I don't think that benefits like the economy.
But
and, like,
I think the movie
industry works.
I feel like the movie business was going that route anyway. This just kind of like made it bigger. You know what I mean? Like it made it quicker. I like
streaming.
I do too.
David just got a new TV.
I saw that. Or he told us yesterday.
Yeah, he was really excited about it. But I was like, dang, we never have to go to the movie theater again.
Well, you know, that's what I'm thinking is like.
But like, we're not moviegoers anyway.
Same.
Like, yeah.
That's why
I'm like, I can pop popcorn in my microwave.
There was a friend.
Microwave.
Not a friend. I guess she's a coworker, but a coworker who goes to.
Not a friend.
I mean, Yeah, sure. She's my friend, but
You know who you are.
I don't. She doesn't care or listen to this podcast.
Maybe she
But
does.
I don't think so. But she goes to the movies, or she would go to the movies every Sunday night. She would,
Every Sunday?
every Sunday night, she would go to the movies.
Did she have that $10 a month thing?
I don't know, but it was like something with Alamo Drafthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You pay like a subscription type thing. Yeah.
and she would go every Sunday. She would take herself to the movies.
I don't like watching a movie in that big of a theater unless it's like Star Wars.
Yes, I think that's the last movie I saw in the theater.
I
was
went.
Star
I was
Wars.
sick.
No, we saw Contagion or whatever.
No,
Not Contagion. What is it?
Contagion.
that's the one that we saw.
That's when it started.
What's the movie
COVID.
called? I can't ever. I get them all mixed up.
What was the premise?
It was the
End of the world.
no. It was the one that we saw with Nathan
Oh,
and Kayla.
Not Poltergeist.
See, it's hard to remember.
Parasite.
Yeah, Parasite.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
And I think you haven't.
Yeah, I know. Y'all keep telling me.
Alyssa.
I know.
That movie. If y'all haven't seen Parasite, it's on Hulu, and you can watch
I'll
it.
watch it. We'll watch it on our new TV.
It is like, at first I was like, okay, like how good can this be? It was probably the best movie we have ever seen, right, babe?
Yeah, like in terms of movies, like it was a ride.
It was amazing.
Okay,
Like the
I'll watch
story
it.
was good.
Okay, we'll watch it.
I don't like suspense that much. Like it gives me anxiety. Like I will not watch suspenseful movies. Like even an action suspenseful, I hate them. It was just right good amount of suspenseful where I was like, okay, I can deal with this.
I like twists in movies. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll love it. So that was the last movie we saw, and I think
We gotta end this. I gotta go blow my nose.
okay. I think that was a lady who was sick next to me, right, Trent? There was
Oh
a-
yeah, you said coughing next because I was like I felt bad because I wasn't coughing in the movie, but I was coughing so much before. I was like I shouldn't go to the movies. Like I'm gonna be coughing the whole time. It's Star Wars, but
Yeah.
See?
This lady was, and I think it was probably right before COVID started, because everyone was starting to get
did
like,
she give you COVID?
no,
Because
because
you had it before or after.
I
you
don't
saw the movie?
remember, but
What if she gave you COVID?
no. I remember I probably got COVID right when we got back from Austin, from Favorite Future, because it was like literally the next day where I was like, I don't feel good, and we were all doing
COVID.
karaoke.
Air
And
quotes.
we're all sharing a
mic.
mic, and yeah. So anyway, I like that lady was coughing, and I was probably like this the whole time. She knew. I was like, this freaking is coughing so much in my area. I was like this because I was so mad.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe you're just like coughing up, like not just like it was like, and I was like, what is happening? I'm trying to enjoy this movie, and the movie was still good even after I was mad at her.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, but man, I wanted to go through so many more things where
You
COVID
did?
has changed our lives.
Oh.
But if you guys, I want y'all to tell us how COVID has changed your life.
Comment below.
Comment below. Let us know on Instagram, Facebook. I'm so interested because, you know, even though Alyssa works in the hair industry and I basically we didn't really talk about it, but like went to go talk to restaurants and everything. That's another thing, a huge thing that COVID has taken over is restaurant business. But how has COVID changed y'all, and how have you adapted? And do you feel better? Do you feel worse? I'm really curious about how you guys feel.
Me too.
Also, we'll let you know how our 23andMe happens. It'll probably be a couple weeks when it comes back, but we'll go through and I'll let you know. Okay, this is my prediction.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
This is my prediction before we go. My prediction is I'm
Do
more
percentages. I want to know
I feel
how
like
close you're gonna be.
I don't know, but I feel like I'm more Native American than I think I am.
Okay.
Definitely gonna have a lot of Mexican, I feel, and definitely gonna be.
I think it doesn't do Mexican. I think it does like European, like Spanish European.
I'm gonna have a lot of Spanish European. Obviously, look
think.
at my skin. But I'm gonna have definitely Spanish European. I don't think I'm gonna have that much like Asian. I don't think I'm gonna have that much African. I think I'm going to have just a lot of like North American and Europe. Like I just think I'm going to have a lot of like Texan.
Because I think it also does like, I want to say Viking.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like Scandinavian.
Yeah.
I think it does like, I think it categorizes that way.
I don't think I have any of that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to have like the Spanish, European
I'm going to
side.
say like probably 60% Spanish.
60?
Yeah. And then I think maybe like, let me see if I can get my math right. 10, maybe like
let me
30%.
let's write it down. Let's write it down.
I'm just doing 60, 30, and then 10. I think 60% Spanish, 30% Native American, and then like 10% XYZ.
Okay, so Alyssa says 60 Spanish, 30
Native American.
Native, and the rest is whatever.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to be like 40 Spanish.
Really?
I think I might be 35 Native, and then the rest whatever. All over the world. Huh. We'll see. Yeah, I think
I want David to do it so bad.
David's going to be like 100%. You know Conan
Hungarian.
O'Brien? Conan O'Brien was 100% Irish.
Wow.
100.
I think David.
100.
I mean, from their history, like 100% Hungarian.
Well, Trent got this for my birthday. You should get this for David's birthday. It's coming up.
I don't think he cares. Maybe. I care more.
Yeah, I don't know why I care so much about it. I'm like obsessed with it. Like I've been wanting to know for a long time.
Well, let's see.
All right. We'll let you guys know in a couple weeks. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe,
and
share everything. Share. We love you guys. We're so happy to be back. And we just love y'all.